Have you ever wondered why some towing companies manage to show up at the very top of Google and stay there for a long time, while others struggle and never get to the top of Google? Well, then you're in luck, because I'm going to teach you two critical things today. Number one, why the traditional approaches aren't working as well anymore when it comes to getting tow truck jobs. And number two, what you should be doing to show up number one on Google in as little as 2 days and start getting high quality calls from people who need your towing service right away. This same exact strategy I'm about to show you is exactly what my tow truck company client used, and he got 3 new jobs in his first week. Before we dive in, I do this for quite a few companies already. So if you'd rather skip the trial and error or having to watch a lot of YouTube videos to do what I'm about to show you, and you'd rather start getting calls in the next few days, go ahead and click the link below in the description of this video, and then my team and I will walk you through each step of the way. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now, before I share with you what I would recommend using to get more cash calls and show up number one on Google, I want to talk to you about what most tow truck companies have used historically. Method number one that a lot of tow companies have utilized historically is partnerships. So companies like AAA or people in the industry, but not quite. That's like what the product and services that they offer. Now that can be good because again, you're not having to pay for that. You can always get people to give you a call if you do have a really good relationship. The thing is though, when word of mouth or networking referrals dry up, you're kind of just out of luck. So that's why it's tough to scale your company is if you are relying on that solely and only have that as an option. Because if your people you network with aren't able to get you jobs, then you don't have anything to work with. So can be really good as far as like relying on networking people or word of mouth referrals, basically the first option here. But again, it's tough to scale just based upon that only. Number two is SEO or search engine optimization. And that's where you can show up first on the Google Maps for searches related to the service or products that you offer. Now, SEO can work, and I've seen companies do great with it. The biggest complaint I see and have experience with SEO is that it takes a long time to really get established. I've personally seen it take anywhere from 6 to 12 months to even be like in the top 3, 4 options when someone is searching on Google Maps for the service. So you are either potentially yourself as the business owner who's super busy posting content, working on backlinks, doing all these technical things to even compete with everyone else. And then also there's no guarantee. Google can change right away, and then all of a sudden you go from being number one and you're getting a lot of calls to like back in the bottom, you're having to do the whole thing over again. So while SEO can work, it takes a lot of time and can be unreliable as well, similar to what I mentioned with word of mouth referrals. So the big question is, how do you show up number one on Google and only pay anytime someone calls you needing a towing service? The answer is Google Local Service Ads or Google LSAs. You'll hear me refer to it. And this is exactly what my current towing client utilized to get 3 new jobs in his first 3 days using this exact service I'm about to share with you. So I'm a visual person, so I like to share with you what Google Local Service Ads looks like. And so as you can see here, I did towing San Diego, California. And what you're seeing here is a lot of the Google Maps options and SEO, like I mentioned. And then you get down here and it's just people who have been established for a while and you can go to their website. But really, when someone needs a service, especially something like towing, if you're on the side of the road, you're not going to like do your research. You're going to call whatever you see at the very top. So as you can see here in San Diego, California, I don't see any Google Local Service Ads here. Now, let me go ahead and type in plumbing, San Diego, California. Aha, here we go. So this is what Google Guaranteed Ads look like. And you go through an application process, which I'll cover shortly. And then you actually will show up at the very top of Google. And then leads have the option to message you or call you. So I'd encourage you, if you're still watching this, type in towing near me, see what comes up. And if you don't see any Google Guaranteed, you could be potentially a big fish in a big pond, basically, to where you are showing up at the very top and all of your competitors are below you. So you only get charged anytime someone calls you as well or messages you. I prefer to stick with phone calls, especially with towing. People probably aren't going to message you and ask for a quote. They're going to want to talk to someone and explain the situation, see how soon they can pick them up, et cetera, for some type, what's considered, or what I would consider some type of like an emergency service here. So that's what Google Guaranteed Ads look like. So the next question, and what I want to help you do, is how do you get started with the Google Local Service Ads? Well, if you want to do this yourself, you can, or you can always refer to a company like mine who runs and manages the service for you, so you can focus on just taking the phone calls and delivering the service. But all you got to do is type in Google local service ads. And then I always like this link right here. It's just getting started with local service ads. And then you're going to see local services here on the top right. And it's going to open up another window there for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and click sign in. This is a lot of this is like my demo account. So you're going to see probably and most likely just new local services ads account. And you're going to make sure that you're logged into your Google email as well. So you can click new local service ads account. You're going to click continue. And then first it's going to have you check eligibility. So I am in the United States and I'm just going to say California and I'm going to use zip code 92069. And then I'm going to go ahead and click down here for the job category. And I'm going to say towing. Boom. And I'm going to click that, click off, and then I'm going to click check eligibility. Perfect. And so if you get to this portion here, this means that your product or service that can be offered in that zip code you mentioned is available. If it's not available, then it'll come up and say, this is not available in your service area. So what you could do is go back and then always add another zip code that you service and see if it's available there if you're in a small city as well. Now, once you're done with your Google Guaranteed or Google Local Service Ads application, you're going to come to this business verification page and you're going to have to enter some information. You're going to have to add your debit or credit card on file for billing. You're going to have to show proof of insurance. The business owner is going to have to go through a background check. You're going to need to connect your Google business profile or Google My Business and have at least 5 reviews. And then also set your budget as well for what you are willing to spend on a weekly basis. So when you get here for the first time, you're going to probably see a lot of these green check marks, a lot of these unchecked. This is my current client who got approved in record time. It was like 2 days. It was incredible. And he was able to start getting more cash calls right away. And then once you do start getting phone calls, this is what it's going to look like here. So this top option here is someone who called in, but the call wasn't 30 seconds or longer. So they're not charged for that. Every other call here was inbound for someone who needed to be towed or needed roadside assistance, as you can see right here listed as the job type. And you can again mention as far as targeting, do zip codes, you can do cities, a mixture of both. This client has a specific area as well that they service, and so that's where we're working. So they've been getting at least a call per day or every other day, and things have been going really well so far. And he's very impressed and already seen some really good results here. And so just like that, you're no longer having to wait 6 to 12 months for SEO to work or having to rely on word of mouth referrals when they dry up. I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but I do help other companies do this now. So as opposed to getting stuck or hitting any snags and then delaying your process of showing up #1 on Google and getting more cash calls, if you'd rather skip all that trial and error, go ahead and click the link below in the description of this video. And my team and I will reach out to you and help you start showing up #1 on Google. Now that you know how to show up #1 on Google with Google Local Service Ads, go ahead and watch the next video that's popping up on the screen right now. That's going to talk to you about how to optimize your Google Local Service Ads.